Hey everybody, Koosemose here, back again with Last Dream World Unknown. We're going to see about chatting to the people in town, see what they have to say. We're returning to Rockwood after a few days of rest. Thank you again for helping protect Court. You should know that a scout arrived from Rockwood reporting that the western trade route has been repaired by the Westonia bridge builders. It's the quickest way back to Rockwood. Excellent. That is in fact good to know. It's a rough battle. The Nectians were stronger than I expected. Okay. Anybody in here? When the Neck militia arrived in Court, I attempted to flee north. Yet I soon encountered fearsome monsters. I didn't realize it was more sensible to hold a sword in Court. I wouldn't swing it, of course, but the Neck militia would likely have merely taken me prisoner, which wouldn't be so bad, right? I feel like holding the sword might have been, counterintuitive to that. Counterproductive, at least. Spoke with you. Anybody in the inn? Anything on the house? Sure. I'll put hair on your chest. What did you in fact do? Oh, you healed me up. Excellent. Did I look at these? Last night I had a hunting... I didn't think I'd looked at those. They're nothing but a single number. It looks like a similar number that we found previously in Next. So we've got Court. 01... 1984. Definitely fitting the pattern of birth dates, or dates at least. Received Court, you stay free. Thank you, but no thank you. I mean, didn't they already say I stay free because I'm a guild member? Maybe that was just before the battle. But you, sir? It was a long battle last night, friend. I never thought that the waves of militiamen would end. But just when I thought I couldn't lift my sword, you defeated their commander. My thanks. Please take this recipe for a mammoth axe. Better to kill your enemies with a single blow and not allow them a chance to strike. Right? I don't think I could have anybody who can actually use axes, so... You know, there's that. I'd like to offer you a special discount. Cool. It's a shame I don't need any of it. You saved from Next Soldier. After you save me, hide and watch Next Soldier die. A little gruesome, but understandable. I've forgotten at least a few things. I presumably talked to you. Maybe Kitty come again after Neck defeated. That'd be good. Perhaps it would, sir. Me too scared when soldier come. Me freeze, not know what to do. Friend Goblin shared his hiding place. Now we both fine. How about you, sir? Even though Neck hate me, sad to kill anyone. Hopeful there'll be no more bloodshed. How about you, sir? Neck soldiers chase me in battle. They no lag joke. No fun. So angry face. And there's at least someone down here, right? If only the Neck attack had come a few days later, we could have been more prepared. Amazingly, not a single person perished, even though our fortifications were lacking. Well, that'd be thanks to me because I'm awesome. You try to give Mad Soldier some treasure, but he get mad and me run away. You found another treasure, but not as good. You have it. I mean, I'll take the huge potion. It's always useful. What about you, Mr. Thief? It's strange. I spent my life stealing and cheating, thinking that I was taking the easy way out. I never knew the pride of doing the right thing. And you're welcome, sir. We've beat back the Neck militia. They were no match for the combined strength of Court and the Mercenaries Guild. Alright. I think it's enough. I might have missed a few people, but... Okay, now where is the western... You know what? I've been in there several times. There it is. Okay. Let's head through there. And I believe I've already gotten the treasure from here, right? Yes, it does in fact look that way. So I have to report back to Rockwood. Estonian bridge builders have repaired the western trade route. Excellent, excellent. Did it go dark? Oh. Well then. That is not good. You've returned to Rockwood in a time of great need for the guild and its members, friend. As a guild member and valiant defender of Court, Ignatius has a task for you. Please alert the World Council about Rockwood's tragic fate. They must organize against the destructive forces responsible for this travesty. You must attain a ship from Necht at all costs. Rockwood's destruction has shown that nothing can stop this dark army. Firma, led by the World Council, must unite against this grave threat. Ignatius may have something that could help the wise members of the World Council deduce the culprit behind Rockwood's destruction. The dwarf and I will lead these lone survivors to safety elsewhere once we've all recovered from our wounds. Travel with great speed, my friends. Alrighty then. I used to love mornings, so filled with the potential of the day, yet on this morning I woke to the smell of smoke. You see, Rockwood was the sunny home of my ancestors, but today I found it encased in flames, black as midnight. Then I heard the terrible, terrible cries of war. My husband, startled from bed by the flames, rushed to gather our son, but it was too late. We stand here alive, but our hearts feel dark with death. How about you, sir? I failed to move my family back to Estonia, and now there's nothing left for us here except nightmares, memories, and regret. If we're lucky, perhaps we'll meet again within the mighty walls of Estonia. Unfortunately, the only ships traveling to Veer are sailing from Necht. Alright. So we've seen all this, we know where we have to go. Is there new stuff here? Have I read these books? The word diary is emblazoned upon the cover along with what appear to be dried tears. A delicate lock stops you from prying into the private words of the owner. Very nice somber music as well. I do hope it's not one of the tracks that has copyright issues so you can actually hear what I'm hearing. Life trees still stand. Can't get to tree through Rockwood. Only find it through back path. May I take you there? No, thank you. Please alert the World Council about Rockwood's tragic fate. They must organize against the destructive forces responsible for this travesty. Okay, yeah, we've already read all this. Anything else? Dwarven mythologies. The heavens wept black rain for 40 days and nights upon the loss of the first Dwarven king, slain by the cruel demon Searcher. The hearts of the Dwarven people turned black with despair, and all hope seemed to perish with the beloved king. Many wondered whether this shroud of darkness would ever lift from Svarta. Okay. I mean, should I feel bad looting a place of a camp of refugees? Probably. Can you believe it? Rockwood overrun. This town might have lasted 10,000 years, strong as any stonework, but now... Ah, what sadness. I will continue to protect these folk until I know they're safe. I wonder, who could possibly stand against such a powerful marauding force? Perhaps me? More stuff? Anything of interest? Oh, this is the lady that lost her husband, or misplaced her husband, rather. You're a great warrior and will be forever in your debt. Sadly, we have little to offer you now except this knowledge. No army could stand against the dark forces that swept through Rockwood. It was good you're not here. Nothing could be done. All there is now is to hide and hope. Thank you again for your help. I owe my life. Appears to be fast asleep. I mean, except for that whole talking thing. Ooh, powder. Been there, have not been here. Is it a ninja with 3D glasses? My heart is sick with despair. Being an orphan was once a rarity. Now so many children have joined my fate, escaping into the woods surrounding Rockwood. I was on my way to the abandoned tunnel when I learned of the court assault. I immediately dashed back, but only to see dark smoke billowing over the horizon. Rockwood had been sacked in my absence. The Mercenaries Guild members who once guided me through a tumultuous child are now dead, and I must become a guide and protector for the next generation. I shall now live in the shadows of Westonia, guarding the central pillar of civilization from the dark armies of the night, to offer protection to what orphans remain. Well, very noble of you, sir. The onslaught was horrific. That is the best word that I can use to describe the massacre that struck Rockwood. I barely survived, but I can't get the images nor sounds from my mind. Even the venerable Rockwood family, for whom the town was named, could not escape the fury of the assault. You can rest here for free if you like. Sure, I don't think I really need it. But hey, why refuse a nap when offered, right? So now all we have left are these folks along the top? Yeah. Rockwood is in ruins. We were helpless against the horde that engulfed the town. We must rebuild so that we can combat this unknown evil. I'm terribly sorry, but with Rockwood destroyed, we won't be able to pay any of the guild rewards. See us in Theopolis, and we'll hopefully have our finances in order. Helplessness is not a feeling I'm accustomed to, yet there was literally nothing I could do as I watched my friends slaughtered around me. Ignatius plans to head to Theopolis and rebuild the Mercenaries Guild. I plan to join him and honor the memory of my fallen brothers. Congratulations on your victories over the Tier 1 targets. Ignatius will discuss the new reports with you once we've established ourselves on Orphos. Damn, so many good men dead at the hands of the horde that attacked. We barely escaped alive. We've been trying to find our way back through the rubble, but it's simply too treacherous. Virgil found this odd artifact after the attack. I've wrapped the damn thing in cloth because touching it leads to odd behavior by the carrier. Dark artifact. When I found him, he had a dazed look in his eyes, and then he charged me. We'd been friends for over 40 years, so as you can imagine, it took me by surprise. The instant I knocked the artifact from his hand, he stopped, and his apparent madness ceased. I'm not sure what to make of it, but surely this is an important clue. We're in no state to travel, and therefore I'm entrusting that artifact to you. You must make haste to Westonia and show the World Council what we found. You'll have to travel into the belly of the beast, Necht, and acquire ship passage to North Bay on Orphos. From there, make your way to Westonia and show the World Council the artifact. Alright, so that's everything we've got here. Did I? There we go. I was going to say not bring the bird. Let's see, not. So let us head back to the tunnel, much shorter route. And it lightens up good. So I guess some kind of trigger to darken the sky in that area. Let's call our Moa again. And I will meet you back down at the ferry. Alright, we're on the ferry heading south to Necht, or well, to the South Aldrin Ferry, and then from there to Necht. We do fortunately have a Moa on the other island on South Aldrin. I'm not sure how Necht will react. You know, what with the whole having been a... Watch the cutscene? Oh, let's watch this real quick. What with us being a major factor in their defeat. Let's see. Anyways, let's watch the cutscene. You step off the ferry, mulling over the sacrifice that led you here. Lost in your grieving for the cost you paid, you fail to notice the familiar signs of an impending vision and fall flat on your face. Chapter 4. Exodus. Far into the mists of time. "100 years after the Paradise Tree's discovery. When I accepted this mission, I never could have imagined that this new world might harbor a source of immortality. It's been 100 years of awe and wonder, and our research has finally reached its conclusion." Conclusion, or dead end? Calario, do you still doubt? Of course not. Our experiments infusing the tree's spirit energy into test subjects have eradicated all doubt as to their potential. There's still more to learn from the trees, but the universe is vast, and I agree with Emperor Alice that our wisdom grows with ever-expanding exposure. Well spoken, Teriel. For our orders just came in today. We are to return to Avalon within a fortnight. It'll be difficult to say goodbye to Firma. After our century of research, however brief, it's begun to feel like home. Your thoughts mirror mine in that regard. I will miss our daily routine here, even our, poignant discussions. In accordance with the evolutionary treaty, Firma has been scanned for sentient life, and none was found. Therefore, pursuant to our secondary mission directive, we shall seed this fertile world with younger races prior to our departure. Will the goblin race be included in the seeding? Yes, Terrell, your quad race proposal was accepted. Some amongst the council thought the races were too primitive to exist in harmony. However, your logical argument swayed the majority, and the motion passed 5-4. The motion had a casting vote? Was it Orion? Or... You don't mean... Why, Terrell, I've never seen you go quite so pale before. Indeed, it was Emperor Alice himself who cast the tie-breaking vote. Apparently, your appeal to coexistence and equality was very moving. I offer my congratulations, Terrell. The casting vote by the Emperor himself is no small accomplishment, but we must hurry and begin phasing in the younger races. Your design calls for placing the elves first, and then the dwarves soon after. Exactly, with haste, after a few thousand years, the humans will be populated on Firma, and finally, a few thousand years thereafter, the goblins. Let's get to work. And here we are again at this mountain, on Mount Agni in fact. Meanwhile, on the slopes of Mount Agni, the downwind of the great paradise trees. So the paradise trees, which I assume are the trees of life, cause those things to evolve, because we have already seen those evolve into something else. Alright, let's get our Moa. Remember which way Necht is. All the way down here, right? And can't really sneak by with any tunnels, it doesn't look like. So let's keep crossing our bridges. Should not take that long regardless. As long as we don't head the wrong way. And here we are. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and drop a save. I'm at full health. We've had like no encounters whatsoever. I figured I'd have at least one, right? Aha, something's happening. Halt, who goes there? Wait, I recognize you from court. You're a Goblin Lover and Protector. Guards! You're the monster who helped defend that cesspool called Court. Prelate, what do you want us to do with them? Don't let the filth escape. Yes, sir. You dare show your face and neck? This maggot needs to be crushed beneath our boot heels. Fellow Nectians, today our blades shall run red with the blood of our enemies. Prepare to die, Goblin Lover. Oh, buddy. Not going to go well for you. Not at all. What do we got here? Rush Assault, one enemy. No, Hellfire's good. Let's see how they enjoy that. Drop ourselves an Ultra Scan. A little slash and grab. And what do we think? I mean, just debate is good. Mass Life Drain? Why not? Let's see how long they last. Ultra Scan. No damage, but the bonuses are nice. And if I really care about their stats, that bleed is so nasty. And do they bleed someone else? I can't really tell. So you're damaged, you'll... And we're fine. Let's do a Zeal. Ring of Death. Dancing Daggers, and good old debate. Actually missed one. Ooh, however, we did get some Emerald Gauntlets. I mean, they're not super good for us right now, but it's something. Okay, they are quite tough. Certainly not just simple enemies. Aha! Okay, how close are you? You're just about done, so we shall Frost Sword. That's pretty effective looking, isn't it? Toxic Darts. Slash and grab, and what do we think here? I'd like... You know what? Let's just toss an item down, right? We should be fine. Not those ones, though. 1,000... Got some damaging fish here somewhere, right? At 1,000, that's about the same as the... Yeah, let's just toss ice at him. Just for funsies, right? Yeah, not bad, not bad. I mean, that's obviously so much better. A little strange killing the quote-unquote boss first, but... let's just... Muggy should be fine. Just fine. Ooh, you know, I should have had him do a life drain. I doubt he's going to get it off, but... Yeah, that did hurt a bit. Is there no mercy? You defend those unworthy swine in court and then slay our finest soldiers in our homeland? What do you want? A ship? You'll never get ship passage in this town. Be my guest and visit the port. It'll be my pleasure to see them spit in your face. It is vermin to the harbor. Come with me, filth. Find your own way from here. Another cutscene? Sure. Smells of the sea fade as visions of an alien world envelop you. Aware of your present surroundings, you force your eyes downward and lean drunkenly against a nearby mooring, hoping to avoid notice. Chapter 5, Hanging by a Thread. Far into the mists of time. Forward to the distant past. Okay, definitely a spaceship. Welcome, Amadeus. We now have quorum. Orion, you may begin. Thank you, Emperor. All glory to your immortal rule. Fellow Veneer, the reports from Firma are troubling. The young races that we left to prosper are being massacred by a race of unknown identity. Even more troubling is the lack of otherworldly contact. All signs point toward the alien race being indigenous to Firma. Amadeus, how is this possible? All protocols were followed. There was no sentient life when we departed Firma. There is a gap in our understanding. Firma at a loss to explain this. Regardless of the case, we must answer this barbarian force with the full might of the Veneer military. If there is any dissent, raise it now. May I remind you all of the cost of a full-scale military campaign: soldiers' wages, weapons, food, and other supplies. I agree that we must not stand idly by while a younger race is slaughtered, but there is significant cost to defend them. I propose we postpone all observational follow-up missions to the Terran planet to offset the cost of this war. So that's why they never came back to Terra. So be it. Any others? This force sounds unlikely to respond to traditional diplomacy, and I agree that we must show our strength. However, I fear that the treaty may cause us to stumble. It seems this invading force is the true native race of Firma. Must not we then transfer the 4 races we embedded to some other world and leave Firma to the natives? Amadeus, gather Teriel and Calariel and report to the ruling council. Present all your information on the trees of paradise. I want to know by nightfall if we can reasonably assume that these invaders evolved at an accelerated rate after you left. Right away, Emperor. Fandar, I leave all war preparations under your command. Ready the military for a full-scale attack within a lunar sweep. The young races will not survive much longer according to the latest reports. Regardless of how the treaty binds us, we will first have to defend them. Yes, Emperor Alice, I will begin immediately. The rest of you are dismissed. Reese, was that truly necessary? The nascent cultures of Firma that we seeded for invaluable scientific discovery may burn to ash while we ruminate on the particulars of the Evolutionary Treaty. The Evolutionary Treaty is a great success of Veneer culture. While our technology may eventually fade into the annals of history, the treaty will live on in the form of 100 coexisting worlds of great biodiversity. Be that as it may, this delay in action befuddles our elders and disenchants our youth. The treaty will live on, yes, but as a great stranglehold on efficient action. May history remember your role kindly when the cogs of veneer society are smashed under the assault of a native race that rises beyond the veneer. Meanwhile, on Firma. Your Majesty, the city is flooded with refugees. Many of whom will starve if certain decisions are not made. I understand. Military issues have taken precedence. The horde approaches and will be upon us by the end of the week. Yes, Your Majesty. These are trying times. If I may be so bold, would you bestow upon me the royal authority to make decisions for the refugees? Humans and elven refugees are living in terrible conditions throughout our grand city. Dwarves have already taken up and fled for the mountains, and the goblins seem ready to flee at the earliest opportunity. Surely our duty binds us to spare even our scraps of food and remaining lodgings for them. I'm afraid not. The royal army already struggles to feed itself, and Aegis is currently drafting every able-bodied citizen to serve in our defense. If the defense fails, it will be the end of civilization. Our duty binds us more painfully than you think. For while the plight of the refugees is dire, it cannot be a priority. And yet, my lord... My lord, I have important news. Please leave us, Marith. Yes, my lord. What news do you bring? Scouts have returned with estimates of the enemy forces. They number more than 100,000 warriors. Blooded circles of hell! My exact sentiment, my lord. If every able-bodied human, goblin, and elf joined our cause, we might approach 50,000, but most of them would be untrained commoners. These walls are strong, they may yet hold, and every citizen with a bow is a point in our favor. Keep bolstering the numbers of the army. Yes, my lord. I will employ those unable to fight as Fletchers to bolster our supply of arrows for the impending siege. Very good. Depart at once. So things are not going well for the elves or anybody else, really. I will not let elven civilization fall on my watch. We shall stoke the embers of hope by fighting this vile force with every measure of our strength. And here we are back in Neck. However, I think we'll see about getting ourselves a ship in the next episode. So, until then, I do hope you enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to leave a like and let me know what you think in the comments. But, until next time, catch you later.